welcome back to my channel. It is episode 2 of the SoulCycle Spotlight series, and I had to interview Kathleen. So if you guys don't know Kathleen, she's a senior instructor down here in DC. She's phenomenal. I always credit her for honestly getting into the SoulCycle training program. I really do. But anyways, she's fantastic. I'm gonna tag all of her stuff below, but we're just gonna get into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, amazing. So just run down who you are. I kind of just said who you are, all that good stuff.
I'm Kathleen. As Kallie gave me such a great introduction, senior instructor here in DC, and I was in the opening OG instructors of opening the DC market for SoulCycle here.
Yes. So she teaches SoulCycle, but you do the
I do the breath work and Crush, my own class.
Wait, we should explain that really quick.
Okay.
I just want to make sure.
I teach breath work, which is an active meditation. It's a 3-part breath that it stimulates emotional release. It's helped with trauma and anxiety and depression or anything that you've been holding on to for too long. So I do that workshops once a month at Epic Yoga in DuPont. And the next one's on the 17th, and you can find it on all of my stuff that you tag me in. And then I also teach a class called Crush that I designed. That's a resistance band, body weight workout that's to the beat of the music, and also creates a little bit of that emotional release involved in it too.
So she does more than just SoulCycle people. Okay, so number 1, how did you find SoulCycle?
I was living in New York, and I was there auditioning for musical theater for shows, and one of my friends took me for my birthday. It was my first ride at my birthday. So I was shot at people who come for their birthday. So I'm oh my god, me too. But it was for my birthday, and I just I don't know. I moved to the city, and I felt so alone in the city, it gave me a place of just oh, okay, I don't feel so alone. It did bring a community feel, and so then I got hooked right away. So I started as a rider, and just fell in love with it.
Okay, so that leads perfectly into my next question. I know it. I mean, it's just amazing like that. So when did you decide you wanted to become an instructor? Why?
It was shortly into it, and I think I've been riding for about 3 months, and I was riding podium for a lot of instructors.
Who was your go-to?
It was Jenny Gaither.
Okay, amazing.
Marvin, Parker, but they were way back in the very beginning, Union Square, late in the game, way back when. And I was, I used to go to 9:30 p.m. classes. I was why would I ever do that? But yeah, it was 9:30 p.m. at Union Square, and I think it was in one of Jenny's classes, and she doesn't even know this. I'm sure I was I don't even know she know who I am. But I remember her putting a candle in front of my bike, and I was oh my god, I want to do this. I want to be able to make people feel this special. So then, that just led me to wanting to be an instructor.
Okay, amazing. So this is just easier stuff. So what's one of your favorite parts of class? Do you like a hill, a nice push, or I don't know? Okay, well, I like
resistance, but I think that my favorite part is not a specific sprint or jog. It's a moment after a big push.
Yeah. Ooh,
when everyone's breathless, or they're screaming, or you can see people's faces being holy shit, what was that? That's always my favorite part.
Yeah. Well, that's a good one. It's hard to decide too.
I know, that was actually a good moment.
I know, and this is gonna be a hard one too. So what's a song you can play over and over again without getting sick of? I'm sure you have a lot.
Somebody asked me this recently.
Yeah, I think I know your answer because I saw it on your Instagram.
It's that Banks Begging for Thread Salva remix.
I've been playing that so much.
It's so good. It's so sexy. It's gritty, and it's really. I just love it.
What do you do to it?
Oh, and everything. Sometimes I'll jog it.
Because it can be
and sometimes the best part to do is
I do it as a hill.
Yeah, and then push those big pushes. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I actually played it last Saturday in my Survivor, and someone came up to me after, and she's
what is that? Every time I've been playing it maybe for 4 years straight, and every time I play it, which is a lot, everyone asks. Yeah.
Love that, Banks. Actually, one of my riders actually came over to me and said the week when I got here, she was you remind me of Banks. And I didn't really know who she was. I just know the name, and she was yeah, you look like it. And I
long dark hair.
And I stalked her, and I was this girl's amazing. Okay, thank you. So funny. But anyways, this is on the app. What's your favorite motorbike? Because they're making
I know it says tap back push up. I also wrote that 4 years ago.
I know, right?
I think my favorite move right now is, I don't know, I've been doing like a bunch of like weird choreography recently, but like any like new piece of choreography, I don't know, there's this like one that I'm like walking back slow and then I speed it up.
With like the handlebars and the four parts.
Right now.
She is so creative with choreography. I'm just telling you right now, if you guys are in DC, you need to think, like you're one of the, like, I'm not saying one of the only people, but when you say to do something, I just trust that it's, is that, I mean, you know that, you know what I mean though, but it's like, sometimes people do stuff and you're like, what the fuck is going on? But like you, I'm like, she has thought this out.
It's the dancer in me.
Yeah.
I know it is. But yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, yeah, I'm just here to, you know, boost everybody up. You know?
It's like, we should do this more often.
I mean, this is like such a cliche question, but what inspires you most about this job? And I feel like a lot.
I mean, I wish that it wasn't as a cliche answer too, but it's the writers.
Yeah.
It's like if I didn't have the people in the room, like, well, I mean, okay, whatever. Like, I could be doing this in the middle of nowhere. Like I mean, no offense to, I'm just about to name drop. No, like a gym that's just like old schooly, whatever. Like in a gym and teaching to 3 people and. It would be just as powerful as it would be like with the same people. Like I think that it's the beautiful aesthetics of the studio and whatever, but it's honestly like I feel like I could do it anywhere with people in the room and like knowing that like people show up, like people like are honest and like authentic, and it's like this job isn't anything without the writers.
No, it's so true. That kind of leads to another question because it might be the same answer. People ask this all the time. So like, what motivates you to continue to do this job, or when you're not feeling motivated? I get that a lot. When you're not feeling motivated, how do you still show up and motivate other people?
Okay, so that's something I struggle with. I mean, because I've been teaching for a while. It's like there are some days when I'm like, I don't want to clip in and ride the bike, and like I don't want to work out, or like I'm having a shitty day, and like how am I supposed to stand up here and tell people to have the best day? And then, but there's moments when it's not about you anymore. It's like not me. It's not about my shitty day. It's about like how I can maybe make someone's shitty day out of 60 people maybe a little bit better. And so then it becomes rewarding too. And I think that the best piece of advice I ever got, and I don't remember who it was from, but they were like, don't show up expecting somebody to like fill you up. Like it's not about me. It's about like filling people up. And so being able to find like outside motivation helps. So like being able to be honest about like I'm just gonna spend all day like and like binge watch Netflix all day and whatever it is that you need, and be honest about it. And then like being able to tell people that. Like there are some times when I'm not on. It's real. And I'll just be like, well, you don't have to be on all the time. Like you don't have to have the best day. Like just have the day that you want. And so like that has helped, I guess, me.
I remember when I was talking to you about becoming an instructor, and I remember that was a big thing you talked about, like it's not about you anymore. Because like I'm a perfectionist for sure. I think everybody in this job definitely has a little bit of that in them. And it's like you want to like, not impress people, but you just want to do well.
I mean, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel that way. I think that yes, you want people to be like, okay, that class is amazing. Right. Oh, that's my instructor. I'm going back to her. She's better than this person, better that way. But then like, yes, to an extent. And then it's like, if you walk in with that, people can start to feel like over time, year after year after year, taking your class, that it's not authentic, right? It's like, okay, well, like they're just gonna like whatever they like. If they like somebody else, and I don't understand why, like whatever, like, that's their reason. You know what I mean? So I think that giving the riders again, like the benefit of the doubt, like they showed up for a reason to your class, and then they showed up again. Like there's a reason, there's benefit of the doubt.
Right. I just remember you pointing that out. Like it's not about you anymore. Because when you show up as a rider, you're showing up for you. I mean, you show up for the instructor too, like because you want to like please them and all that good stuff. But there's definitely a switch.
Totally. And like also with the rider, and like the rider's still in you, to like give yourself permission to be like, I don't need to show up for anyone. Like, or like give the riders permission. Like you can set like you don't need to validate like anything, like and maybe that resonates with them in so many parts of their life, but
okay, we got off on like some tangent there, but that's fine. I feel like I still want to check this lighting above us. Hold on, give me a second. 3 words to describe your class.
Intense, a little witchy, and
can you like go in depth about witchy? Like how do you mean witchy?
I think that it's like,
everyone describes it as a witch.
I know. What is that? I was like, I don't know. I think that it's witchy in ways that like it becomes there's a little magic involved in the lighting or like the sound of the class or the way that you feel in it. Like I play a lot of like tribal beats, which then create a little bit of like there's mystical moments.
I like that. All right.
Intense, witchy, and physical. And with intense, I mean like it is emotionally intense. Like there's some people that don't come to my classes like, oh, I just like can't deal with my emotions like that.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. It's like, but it is intense emotionally, witchy, and what did I say?
I don't even remember.
Physical. Strong, physical, challenging.
Yeah.
Challenging.
Yes. Yeah. Her class is very challenging, but in the best way possible. Okay, those are good. It's always so interesting to hear what people say. Okay.
I really think that my class is really fun. Like sometimes when I mean it is sometimes. But when people walk out and be like, that was so fun, I'm like, really?
Your class isn't like a party. Like he pops off to like rap music all the time.
Yes.
And
it's not a party.
But I never rode with you because of that. I rode with you for all the reasons you just said.
Good. It's good.
And that's why there's different SoulCycle instructors, because we're all
so different.
Yeah, okay. Hey, here's one. What's one thing your riders don't know about you? That you're willing to share? Do you feel like your riders know you pretty well?
I feel like social media probably.
Yeah.
But then
I think you're a little mysterious though.
Oh good. That's what
I think you are.
I think
where I met you, I was like,
who would she do?
Yeah.
I mean, I definitely have said it to some people. I don't know if like everybody knows, but before SoulCycle, I was a professional singer and dancer and performed on Disney cruise lines and like.
Wait, I don't think I knew the Disney part.
Oh, I was, and everyone always was like, "Were you like a Little Mermaid?" And I was actually Cruella de Vil.
Oh, I love that.
And we're like thigh-high red boots and like I think that they like literally put me on for like the dads. I'm not kidding.
That's amazing.
But yeah, so I did that for. I mean, my undergrad is in musical theater and dance, and then I did that professionally for a year or so.
I feel like not everybody knows that about you.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I feel like
nailed it.
That's it. So there you go, people. Cruella de Vil.
I know. The world knows.
Insert a picture of Cruella de Vil on your face.
Oh, I'll give you one.
Oh, you should. That's amazing.
Or no, just do like the literally like
literally just floating on you. Go-to thing to do on your day off.
It's usually I usually can't sit still, but it's usually something around like doing something for me. So I don't plan anything, and usually I think when people are like on their day off, like really, it's so good, right? Like I usually people ask me to hang out or do brunch or because my day off is on Sunday, and I just don't plan anything, so I don't have to be held accountable for anything. And if things happen, they do. But usually my go-to is I usually cook or like, and I cook like all the time, but, or I don't know, I definitely take my day off as like a day off, like a rest.
Yeah.
So I usually like make myself like watch TV or movies and just like rest my body.
You just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People forget like it's not just like a day off from work, it's like a day off from a very, very physical job. And so your body has to recover.
I was actually explaining that last time to my boyfriend. I was like, man, I like don't even remember what it feels like to have off like a weekend or like 2 days off in a row.
Right.
Because we were talking about like vacation. I was like, wow, like when I was teaching, I never felt like, wow, I really need a vacation, because teachers get off so many random days and breaks. And I was like, I feel so physically exhausted sometimes. I'm like, I just need like a mental checkout.
Yeah, and as like a teacher, it's different. Like it's different than it's more like a mental exhaustion, but like our body.
This is everything.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's mental too.
People forget. I try to explain. I try to explain it to my girlfriend too. It's like when I'm like sometimes you get emotional. You go through like swings, like mental swings, or it's demanding.
Yeah, so and I come home and I'm just like, you don't like. He just doesn't get like the emotional stuff that like gets thrown on us. Just and I'm just like I'm like I don't want to talk. I don't want to do it. Like I just want to sit here and like I want to like. Sometimes you just like. Do you ever just want to like be in a bad mood?
Yes. Okay, but like that's when I like walk in life. And I'm like, just like have whatever day you want to have. Like, one of the instructors here said that to me, and she was like, why go in and be like, everyone should have the best day ever? And I'm like, well, what if I just like I don't need to have like the best day ever, because I'm just like kind of in like a weird mood, and I'm just gonna kind of like sit in it for a little bit and see what's going on. Yeah.
He's like, I don't feel it, and I'm not like, let's have a great time. He's like, I put on my music. I'm like, what's up?
Well, it's just like not rainbows and butterflies, and for the people who are doing that, it's just like, nah, like sure, like everybody probably needs some kind of like that kind of unicorn in their life, but I don't know. I can't like.
I mean, you ask anybody else in their job, like, do you show up to work every day? Like, this is the best thing ever? Like, you know? Well, but we do love our job.
I mean, I love it.
I know, you know what I mean? Like, we're sitting here,
but we're human. We're human.
Oh my God.
We didn't plan that.
What's one misconception you think people have about SoulCycle?
Oh my gosh. I think that there's a misconception around the culty feeling. Like a lot of people are like, oh, I don't like it because it's like culty, but it's just not. It's a community feel, and you know what? Like I always say, like different instructors have different vibes. Like just like Jonas like describes his class very different than mine. So Jonas could create a really like fun atmosphere of people like high-fiving people in the hallway, and like that's something. Or some people like get really competitive in class, or some people like support each other by just like being like, you know, like I feel that you're there. So I think that there's a community feel, and it may just not be what you want in that instructor's class. And so maybe there's another vibe that fits you better, and like maybe it's more like you need the high fives, or that it doesn't feel as culty.
It is true.
But yeah, I think a lot of people just say that like, it's really intimidating and it's really culty, and it's just like it's just not. It's not. And I think I can say that because like in both of us, like we both have been riders before, and coming like I sat in the back row my first class, and it's like I maybe was intimidated by the fact that the front row knew what they were doing and I didn't. But like the more you show up, the more you allow yourself to be a part of.
And I think it's surrounding yourself, like you said, with the right instructor, the right group of people you want to ride with, because that makes you want to keep coming back. And that's why I feel like I never felt super intimidated even when I wasn't a strong rider, because the people around were just like encouraging. Or like you said, even competitive. Like I'm a very competitive person. I feel like your riders are competitive. In your opinion, what sets SoulCycle apart from other fitness, workout classes?
I mean, this is so easy for me. I think it's like so obvious if you come to SoulCycle. I think that SoulCycle and the instructors and the riders and like everything, we're creating an experience. It isn't just about the workout, and I can say that it's not cliche to say that. It just isn't. It isn't about the workout. It isn't about the bike. It's not about the room. It's like it's so much more than that. And I think where there's other really hard, physical, really amazing workouts out there, and I'm one that stands up and is like, go do that. Like I encourage you to strength train, or do other things, and I encourage you to go do. But anyways, I feel like I encourage people to do those other types of workouts, but also like we're creating a different experience than any other workout out there. I like truly say that with my heart.
I agree. That's why we do this.
too.
So if your riders take away one thing from your class, they walk out, I feel like I might know your answer. What did you?
It changes. I think it changes on like my own, my life story, but right now it's like I want people to walk out feeling like they're not alone, and like that they're seen and they're heard, and that like I said it the other day in class, it's like I just want them to feel like unapologetically themselves, and that's what I want them to feel, like successful in their own skin.
I feel like you do a really good job of that, like making people feel seen, number one, and like you just create like a safe, even though like a lot of people are intimidated by you, like you.
I don't know why. I mean, I get it.
You're just badass, and you're just witchy. You know what I mean? You see Kathleen, she's super strong. Like you are, how tall are you?
5'5".
She's 5'5". Like, are you 5'5"?
Yeah.
I'm like, I would think you're like maybe 6', but she carries herself like you're 6 feet tall, which I think intimidates a lot of, especially women, and even guys. I don't know. Guys are intimidated, whatever. But you do such a good job making people. Whenever the reason I started loving your class was I felt so strong, and then I left feeling so empowered. I think is the word.
Yes.
You know, and I was like, so good.
Thank you.
We're just gonna do this every week so I can help everybody.
My ego is inflated.
But it's just true. It's just true. Like I feel like give credit where credit is due. Like she is a master of her craft. Like you really are. I'm just kissing ass, you know. Like, but I'm actually not, because I'm
she doesn't get anything for this. I didn't pay her for this.
You know, this was my
brownie points.
One artist people will definitely hear in your class. I know it's so hard. Florence. Yes. And you went the other day, right? Was it?
Yes, I love her. I think maybe I just say that because I'm like, oh, I just went to her concert, but I'm just like, she's just like, she's everything. I love her. Yeah.
What's the best advice you would give to like a new rider or someone who's new and frustrated with like not being able to keep up? Or, you know, I feel like I get that question a lot. They're like, how do your legs move so fast? Like, you know, all this.
Oh my gosh. Easiest, like hands down, like the easiest answer is just like, there's a learning curve and it's muscle memory. So like, don't give up. So like, I always say like at least 10 classes for the learning curve. Like it's learning like a different language, like the things that we say in here, or because we're not cultivated, but like the language is different and the body moves differently. And so like, it takes time and just like, and never give up.
I agree with that totally. It's all practice. Like you have to keep showing up. I would love to like watch myself back my first few.
Oh my god, like I didn't know what the F I was doing.
Like sometimes I think back and I cringe, thinking like, what did I look like? But then I'm like, and then you just keep showing. I always tell people, I'm like, you just have to keep.
Yeah, and even like I came from a dance background and like knew my body and still was like, what is happening?
And Jonas and I were talking about that last week. How athletes like just are like, oh, it's like you know, just like a. He called it wishy-washy. He's like, people show up and they just think it's gonna be like, hair flips and whatever. He's like, I have athletes in my class who literally cannot keep up, and it's so true. Or dancers who have natural rhythm.
Well, I've been saying that recently. It's like, I'll say like, no matter how fit you are, you can still kick your own ass. So that's where it becomes a different level. Like, I have no idea how many turns you have on. I don't know how much, where your heart rate is at. But what I can say is that like every time, no matter like if you were an NBA player in basketball or whatever it may be, to somebody who's never worked out before, you can still kick your ass and feel like you're at least a part of the same thing.
And that's why I love SoulCycle, because we're not tracking people's shit.
No.
Like it's just, and it is up to the person to like use that wheel. And that's why I love it, because it should be and can be hard for anybody, even us.
Yeah. Oh my god, I literally am like, holy crap. Yes. Yeah. After so many years.
It's still hard for us, you know, sometimes. But I've been challenging myself this month, just like adding more to my work.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't even like. I mean, I guess I could say that. That'd be like nice thing to say.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but anyways.
I feel like I'm up here in front of 60 people, being like,
you know,
not even afraid to like if I fuck up.
Yeah,
or whatever.
That's the thing. Name 2 people who have been super influential on your SoulCycle journey and why. I love this one because I've never done it before.
Okay. I would have to say, you know, recently in the past like 3 years would be my girlfriend Layla, and she's made me think about like the business side of things a lot stronger, and actually like not be afraid to promote myself and be afraid to really like know that there's so much like worth in what I do.
I'm sorry, I just made that face. I'm just hearing that music and I'm like,
it's gonna
super loud.
So yeah, Layla is definitely number one of them. And then I would say more in the beginning would be Mel G. And she's been like such a big mentor to me, and just like everything that she does and the way that she supports me.
Yeah, she's the best. We all love Mama Mel. Okay, anyways. Okay, and then my last question is like, do you just have any message that you want to spread or something that you like firmly believe in, that you like want to get out there? Not that like everybody in the world's watching this YouTube video or like you know what I mean?
Everyone's watching.
They should. But something, it doesn't even have to deal with SoulCycle, just something that you firmly believe in, because I feel like we all should like have a platform to share what we.
Oh my gosh, like, okay, well there's so many things, but you know, I think that just remember that you have no idea what's going on in people's lives, and to be more patient and to be more kind and to be more understanding, to be more accepting to everyone, to people who of different genders, to people who identify however they want to identify, or people of different skin colors or different races or different whatever it may be, or wherever they come from. It's just to have like understanding and remember that we're all human, and we're all just like wake up every day and to be our best. And so I think that with like kindness within ourselves can only spread within like with everybody else. And I can go in so many ways of that. And it's like, I mean, there's so many topics right now where it's like right? We're like mental illness. We're actually today is like National Mental Illness, and don't forget to like check in on people and like say hello and let people not know that they're alone, like, and let them know that they have someone, and check in on your strong friends. It's always the ones that check out on them, because like strong people also need people too. Or like tomorrow is like National Coming Out Day. Like, who are the people in your lives that like maybe you could be there to remember that they deserve to live a life that like it's honest and authentic, and there's so many things. And so I think that just like don't stay in your own world and in your own bubble, and just like be there for other people, and like we can make this world a
To be honest, SoulCycle has opened me up to like so many things that I didn't even know. I grew up in like this, you guys know, like I grew up in like such a small town, like just things were just not the way they are in like city, like just it has opened my eyes and made me such, I think, a better person and a more open person, you know what I mean? I just wanted to give you that chance to say that, because I feel like everybody stands for something different, or whatever, and like sometimes we're like afraid to say it, or we just don't have the I don't know.
Well, that's the thing too, is like don't be afraid to say it. Like don't be afraid to say something, or like to express how you feel, or I mean that's how change happens. Like to not be quiet, to remember that everyone has a voice, no matter how big your platform is, or how many views we get on this. It's like at least it's like it can touch one person.
Right. I know, I love that. And I will say, if you're ever intimidated to take Kathleen's class, as you were explaining that, I was like, what you were explaining is the world, like what you're talking about, but it relates to your class. The different types of people who take her class, and just the feeling, like people do leave your room feeling like loved. Insane. So you do a really good job with that. Do you have anything final that you want to add outside of like?
Thank you for having me.
Yes, amazing. So this is episode 2. So I'm gonna tag all of Kathleen's stuff below. Go follow her, support her, all that good stuff. I think that's it. Cool. I think that's everything. Okay, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in and getting to know Kathleen a little bit more. And I'll see you guys for the next video. Yes. Bye.
Like double check that I'm not. Well, here we are.
The lighting's like okay, right?
Yeah. It's like, it's highlighting the words.
Like that?
Yeah.
It's that big light on the, okay.
And it's like a little, there's a moon. It's kind of fitting for me. Do you know what I mean?
It's just your witchy.
It's like my, I just bring my.
It's October and 80 degrees outside.
Yeah, that's right.
Like,
Wait, 4:30.
So, no.
Wait, what?
No. So what's your go through? Hi! Oh, hi! Oh, you're sorry. She's like shocked. Why is everyone shocked that we're in here?
I know. Did they know?
They definitely know.